Konnichiwa from Utsunomiya, Japan. This is day 2 of the FIBA 3x3 Utsunomiya World Tour Opener. This is payday, $40,000 US on the line for the grand prize. 8 teams remaining as we enter our elimination phase. Quarterfinals getting ready to get underway here in front of the Futa Arayama Shrine. The 4th straight year we are back here in this wonderful city of Utsunomiya to get the 2025 campaign started this time. I'm the voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery, in your ear with my partner in crime, Boz Rosendahl, aka The Mountain. I came dressed for the weather conditions today. They are slightly warmer than yesterday, but a windy afternoon, so something the players will have to contend with in their hopes to advancing to the next round, especially in the early stages. Shooting from a distance might be a pickle for the teams in action. We will see as you take a look at a packed house. It is loud, it is energetic, and the cheerleaders are here as well. So we are nearly set to get the quarterfinals underway, but there are rules to 3x3 that you must know about, and I know just the guy to give them to you.
Yo, what's good? My name is Kyle Montgomery, aka the voice of 3x3, and if for some reason you still don't know the rules of 3x3, it is time to tap in. Class is officially in session. So on our half court, you've got 2 teams of 3 players with 1 additional substitute on the bench. Yo, what's up, sub? Can I check in? In 3x3, even the ball is different. This is the official Wilson right here. Trust me, it's groovy, baby. This game is pedal to the metal. 10-minute game clocks, just 12-second shot clocks, and a 1st to 21 scoring format for the win. If a team doesn't score 21 points, all they have to do is outscore their opponent within 10 minutes. And you know we keep it street. In this game, we score by 1s and 2s. Anything inside the arc is worth 1. Anything outside of the arc is worth 2. Still got it. And this game is all gas, no brakes. Literally, after the opening check ball, play is continuous. Make or miss, offense turns to defense, just like that. This 10-minute sprint is just getting started. We'll see you at the top.
All right, there are some teams that play this 10-minute sprint thing a little better than others. And there are 4 teams that come in undefeated. They played the best day 1 as we take a look at the former winners. Novi Sad, Lehman, Novi Sad, Ub, and then Miami. All Serbian winners except for last year. The defending champions, by the way, Miami, are still in contention. And one of those 4 undefeated squads I was telling you about, a new-look team this year with the addition of Henry Caruso. Played pretty well yesterday. You probably can hear the wind picking up on the microphone. That's not Boz blowing on it. That's actually the real weather conditions. Boz, right? But the conditions, Boz, we talked about it coming into the day, man. As we look at the quarterfinal brackets, it's going to be difficult to shoot the ball here early, especially until this wind starts to calm down.
Yeah, the wind comes straight into the venue here. It's sideways, so whenever you take a shot from the top, it will blow off. I saw some players pregame trying to do some free throws that were blown off the mark.
Wow.
And, yeah, it's going to be a factor. And we already have had some teams that didn't shoot the ball that well yesterday compared to what they usually do. So I'm curious to see what teams are going to, implement as far as tactics, if they're going to go looking for ones more. I think a team like Raudondvaris, for instance, is really geared up for a run if the wind picks up like this because they got Aurelius Pukelis, who is the biggest and best maybe one-point scorer on the entire world tour.
Yeah, preeminent big man in the league, and that's a luxury to have. But Uber are definitely a team that can get to the bucket. They were the most efficient scoring team inside the two-point arc last year as you look at how these two teams match up. But what Ub did not do yesterday, one of many teams, as Boz mentioned, is shoot the ball well from distance, particularly Dejan Majstorovic, their best sharpshooter, was just 1 of 9 from long range. The team itself, 6 of 21. Comparatively, Raudondvaris Hoptrans, they only took 9 two-point attempts through group play. And part of that is because they have the option of feeding Pukelis, who is number 3 on the scoring chart, so you can understand that. But the name of the game is get to 21 quickest, so you expect that volume to increase at some point during the day, maybe when, again, the wind starts to calm down. So Ub are going to take the court here first as they try to get back on top here in Utsunomiya. They were back-to-back champions before last season. And they come out with Nim Diesel, Nemanja Barac, Marko Brankovic, who played hero yesterday in an overtime thriller against Partizan. He broke Milivojevic down to one knee. It was not a proposal.
Jagged Edge is proud.
Let's get married. Of course, Dejan Majstorovic and Doc Strange, Strahinja Stojicic, Team Ub, get ready to go toe-to-toe with the Lithuanians of Raudondvaris Hoptrans. They make their way to the court here. Again, they are led by Aurelius Pukelis and his 16 points, 8 points and 3 rebounds per. A really impressive day one for Sharunas Vingelis, their dynamic guard, rocking number 5. Shot it at a high clip, especially from mid-range. Flight mode, Modestas Kumpis doing his thing with Ivo Kanibo. Ivaldis Jalgis coming in with 10 points out of group play. And Aurelius Pukelis has made his way into the MVP discussion pretty regularly the past couple of seasons, has not earned one. That's because his team has not yet taken the next step, and Ub has always been the team standing in the way. And I wonder if they've gotten over that mental hurdle. You know that mental hurdle.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you made this point yesterday. They've got the juice, right, to be that team. But do they know it? And this is one of those games that you prove it.
Yeah, to yourself as well, not just to anybody else, but if you win a game like this, that means you gain more confidence in you being one of those elite teams, the top-tier teams that could win a World Tour opener here in Utsunomiya. But look, I got some keys to the game for you.
All right, give them up.
I got some keys. First of all, both teams didn't rebound well yesterday. Horribly, actually. They were both at the bottom of the pack as far as rebounds per game. 8.5 for Ub, 9.5 for Raudondvaris. So the battle of the boards is going to come into effect. Then, who can unlock the offense? Now, I broke down pregame. The pick and roll for Ub wasn't working yesterday as well. They didn't really get Barac going. I think that could be huge in this game. And then on the other end, I wanted to write down the two-point shooting for Raudondvaris, but with wind like this, I'd probably go the post-ups for Pukelis. And that, to me, is the most important matchup right away. Barac versus Pukelis. Who can come out on top if it becomes a grind, a one-on-one style game, or at least a game with screens. So I think those 3 keys are going to come into effect. Whoever executes the best is going to win this one.
Now, you know, Barac is obviously one of the strongest players in the game, but he's vertically challenged against Pukelis. I think if Pukelis is able to get to that jump hook over his left or his right shoulder, instead of just trying to barrel towards the bucket against somebody like Barac, who's like a tree stump, I think that's the advantage for Pukelis. But I think sometimes he commits too much to just going to the bully ball. You got to know the personnel, right?
Yeah. And he wants to get to his right hand, right? But he has to get to the middle of the paint to get that going. Barac is not going to move when he dribbles into him.
Yeah, it's a good point. Quarterfinals are underway as we open the season here in Utsunomiya 2025. Day 2, here we go. Oob and Raudondvaris. Barac, they want to get him going. That will not do it. Maybe the wind had something to do with that, but a bad opening possession for Oob. Up top to the Lithuanian from way outside. He will miss. And a grab.
Interesting to see both teams going for a two-point shot early in the game, especially with a wind going up like this.
So typically in the head-to-head, it has favored Oob in the past. It's a litmus test for a Raudondvaris team that has proven to be a perennial contender, but in order to take that next step, you have always got to go through Oob. And do they believe that they are the better team? And can they prove it? Barac picking up the second foul in the first 30 seconds. Oob was...
Nope. Offensive foul.
Oh, that's an offensive foul. Okay. Good correction there. My bad. But they do have 2 fouls. At least that's what it's saying here on the board.
Well, Oob did foul a lot yesterday, but that was in an all-Serbian pool, so play is bound to be different in a pool like that because teams know each other very well.
Yeah, one went 2-0. What a move from Doc Strange. Can't finish it, flight mode. Good seal and board, and he'll get it clear. Bukalis wants to rock. He's going up against the living legend, Majstorovic. There's that jump hook, little strong, and Majstorovic will come away with it. Up top to Branquilla. Vingelis is in hot pursuit, and Vingelis gives him a little bump. We've only been a minute in, but I think Raudondvaris is ready to match him with that physicality.
I think they watched some of the games yesterday and saw how physical Oob had to play to get wins, and they're trying to match that. You have to, though. If you don't, they're going to run you off the court.
Oh, the wizardry. Oh, they ain't going to be friends after that. They are no longer brates. You can't mess up a dish like that, man.
That's like throwing lemonade in ramen.
Look at this wizardry from Doc Strange. And see what happened was it had slipped.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, no highlights yet today.
So interesting here, 6 fouls after a minute of play. And again, I think Oob is still stuck in that mode that they had to play in yesterday. Raudondvaris is matching it. The referees, though, are calling everything.
Well, I like that from the officials, actually. Keep it clean. And Majstorovic, no argument there, as he will head to the bench. The 5-time Utsunomiya winner, by the way. Valdis Jaugis. To me, the best player in the league the last 2 Masters. He was going off. Again, I've mentioned his 10-point per game average. Doc Strange in the lane. It will not go. So we are a minute and a half in. No buckets to speak of, but a bunch of fouls.
The fouls keep coming, too. That's 5 on Oob.
This is looking like one of those Serbia versus Serbia clashes so far. And so far, it's Oob who got more fouls, 5 at this point. As you know, 7 puts you in a penalty. And that is not where they want to be. As flight mode tries to get to his spot. He nutmegged Majstorovic. And yet another foul. This one called on Barac. And the officials' intent on keeping this game clean. They don't want it, you like those physical games, but
I don't mind them, but look, I think it's okay for the finals day to clean it up just a little bit. And Oob better adjust soon here, because 6 fouls with 0 points and 8 minutes left to go in this game is rough.
Flight mode does get the Lithuanians on the board first. Brankovic a little strong on the 2 release. The maestro in the lane. 1-1 contest here in the opening quarterfinal. The voice of 3x3, Kyle Montgomery in your ear. Boz Rosendahl, the Mountain, alongside as well. Majstorovic up on the left wing as Brankovic feeds it inside. Vingelis fighting, scrapping for position with Barac as they will pick up a now 4th foul.
The one thing about Majstorovic yesterday as we watched his replay is he didn't shoot it well, but he found ways to be effective. He rebounded well, he got his free throws and his one-pointers going. Still at 6 points per game, which is usually where he's at.
Yeah, he and Barac came in, tied the top scoring list for their team, 12 points apiece. But it is a rarity to ever see Dejan Majstorovic go 1 of 9 beyond the 2-point arc. It's just, he's too efficient. He picks his shots too well normally. But the 37-year-old still game here in the quarterfinals as he makes the switch. He's got to deal with that big monster right there as Bukele spins free for the bucket.
Vingelis had to get a sub because as he has something with his finger. I think he jammed it.
That's not good because Vingelis was 5 of 6 from 1 point range yesterday. Incredibly efficient from that mid-range. And they hope it's not his shooting hand. It might be. We'll keep an eye on it as Majstorovic looks for his first 2 of day 2. He will miss, but it's cleaned up by the beast. Evel Knievel. Let's see what stunts he's trying to pull. He pulls the 2 and knocks that thing down.
That's big for Raudondvaris. It's only their second make from beyond the 2-point arc on the tournament. And Jaugas creates space for himself with that. If he can consistently hit that this game, that's a good look for them.
I think Jaugas is incredibly underrated. That was his first 2-point strike of the tournament. We mentioned at the beginning of this game that Raudondvaris had only shot 9. So typically you see teams shoot 2s on right around 50% of their possessions.
So Vingelis now is getting a wrap on his finger. I think he either jammed it or kind of popped it out and back in.
Yeah, second knuckle. That's what it's looking like to me. That's never fun. 4-2 as Branquilla drops it off. Barac for the finish. Right back at you. Branquilla now on the attack. All the lefty, feathery, soft touch into the wind. But that is how you negate the conditions. We didn't expect a lot of long-range shooting in this one. You can see the, can't see it on screen, but they can hear it.
Yes.
But these flags are flapping in the wind. Even the nets are sideways. And well, Strahinja took advantage of a lull in the wind there, still couldn't knock it down. Majstorovic 2-piece, no biscuit. Majstorovic is feeling himself now. That's to see that one go down. He needed that. He's now 2 for 11 on the tournament. And Ub leads 6-5. Flight mode trying to get to that baseline. Flight mode to the left, gets it back. Flight mode. Cleans up his own mess. Strange by himself. He's got reservations for 2 now. Vingelis is back, taped up. Flight mode. Long 2. Long rebound. Goes to Ub. 86 as Ub lead it by 2. Doc Strange, take off. Take off.
That's a good sight for Ub as well as the 2s dropping. We didn't see Strange drive all that much yesterday, and when he did, he was usually stopped at the paint. Now he gets to the cup, and we see a patented 2-handed dunk from him.
Well, he ran into some tough defenders yesterday, but getting to the rim has never been an issue for Doc Strange. As Bukele settles for another 2, Vingelis will find an offensive rebound. Evel Knievel to the corner. Vingelis gets some space. Probably should have dropped that off to Bukele. Instead, it's Jaugas finishing with 2 hands. And some hand fighting going on that one.
Ooh, that's number 7 on Raudondvaris, though.
Yeah, that's one that I don't know. I do like that dunk from Evaldas Jaugas.
I do too.
But Michaelis is fighting for his life in the post.
I think everybody is, because I've been noticing Barac pushing Pukelis off of his spot. He's catching the ball 2 steps outside of the paint. He's not getting to his spots because he's just being out-muscled now.
Not many guys are going to beat Barac in that, and out-muscling, right? Jalgis with a wild drive there. That will amount to nothing. Luckily for him, flight mode is there to track it down. Kubis gives it up to Jalgis, and he will fire badly. As Oob's lead is now at 4. We're past the midway point. Majstorovic wants another. He'll have to wait till next time. That one goes begging. Big thank you to Inleo, provide our court. Baudet, Skelter Sports. So after the strange layup, Oob back on the attack. The world #1, navigating. Brankovic misdribbles it. He's only got 1 to shoot. Brankovic, he will miss it. Kubis to Pukelis. Finally, Raudondvaris find an easy possession. Still a 2-possession lead, however, for Oob. 2 of the best in the game. What a feed. Great recognition there by Oob. Wait a minute. Maybe that bucket doesn't count. Shot clock, basket counts. Wait a minute.
So they're saying the initial call is that the basket counts. They're going to challenge it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it's overturned, then the basket doesn't count.
What do you think? Do you think they got it up in time?
I couldn't see it because that wasn't a replay for the same action. It was some of the previous replays, though.
Okay.
Pretty action, though.
Well, I'm sure we'll get another look at it here pretty soon. But obviously, an important challenge is Raudondvaris want to keep this game manageable.
Yeah. It's right on the tip of his fingers as the light goes on.
Well, in that case,
and it looks like it might just be off of his hand, though. It is very tight, very close.
So if the footage is deemed to be inconclusive, then the call on the floor is going to stand.
Yes, they have to have conclusive evidence to overturn this.
But I don't see it as well as you do. If it's even on his fingertips, when that light goes off on the backboard.
Yeah, and it's the light that counts, right? Because the clock will strike 0.0, but it's the light when it's really hitting 0. So challenge lost.
Yep, it will count. So that means that the lead is at 5. 13-8.
Yeah, this is a breaking point in the game. Raudondvaris really need a score here to keep at least a little bit close to Oob.
Well, when you don't have the ability to shoot 2s, you know, because of the wind being so strong, it becomes very difficult to beat Oob in a sprint to 21 going by 1s. They do find Pukelis on the inside. That's a bucket. Neither team can foul without the other shooting free throws. Brankovic runs into trouble and still makes a bucket out of it.
He was already very, very good yesterday, but he's continuing that, at least.
The man is touched. There's a soft touch from Jalgis. Little jump hook in the paint goes. Brankovic is orchestrating a masterpiece.
That's the second big pass that Barac has dropped.
Yeah, Barac maybe a little out of sorts. Still got some aftershave on them hands or something. But Brankovic has been the best player for Oob over the past, well, I guess, day in a game.
Yeah, he had 6 points per game yesterday, co-tied for leading scorer on the squad with Majstorovic, but again, important scores. He had a lot of key assists as well. He had the important drives, and he had, I think, the more important buckets.
Not many teams have that luxury when you got 2 stars like Stojacic and Majstorovic struggling to be able to turn to your third option, and he can pick up the slack in the way that Brankovic has done it. Foul red. Offensive. So no free throws. But we got 3:17 left in this first quarterfinal in Utsunomiya. Raudondvaris trying to pull off a comeback. That too would have helped a lot, but it goes begging. Brankovic into the win. Look at the battle for the board from Barac. Strahinja opts not to take the 2 attempt, at least not yet. Strange. Oh, man. Through the contact, finishes the layup. 5-point lead. Barac is down. Jalgis finally is able to squeeze it, pulls the trigger, misses.
Well, there goes another shot clock challenge.
Well, that actually looked like it was good to me. It is going to be a challenge. And we'll see if Bukalis actually got that off in time. But with 2:30 to play in this game, and Oob leading by 5, not only that, but moving closer to that 21-point mark. It is crunch time indeed.
It is very much crunch time. And Raudondvaris, again, not a good 2-point shooting team in this tournament. They're going to need some 2s to drop, because you can't fight this Oob team with 1s. And that challenge is 1, though. This point's taken off.
Yep. Whoa.
That's big.
Yep. No bucket. That Bukalis layup will not count. Now the foul situation obviously is imperative down the stretch here. Raudondvaris might be able to make their way back into this game if they can draw some fouls. It's a travel call this time. Every possession precious with 2.5 minutes to play. Raudondvaris have some work to do. Kumpis, Hezi. Misses. Bukalis clears some space. Wait a minute. Travel. Big turnover there for Raudondvaris. When they had a chance there to draw within 4.
That's now 2 mental hits in a row. A score taken off and then a travel and a score. Can they recover?
There's another sick dish that was not finished. Good defense inside that time. Jalgis and Bukalis working the 2-man game. Oh, and now an offensive foul. It was either going to be that or 3 in the key.
Yep, it took too long. Jalgis should have passed it the first time or should have shot it, but he waited. Oob's defense is turning up in this one.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. When it matters most, late, digging deep, are the Serbians.
Yep, Barac extended his arms on that screen. An offensive foul on Oob. No free throws as a result.
But Raudondvaris have been unable to take advantage of these mistakes that Oob have made offensively, with a couple of turnovers, travel, offensive foul. But what Oob do is they're going to make it difficult on Bukalis in the post, and they'll do it typically without fouling this, at this stage in the game.
Yeah, and again, Barac has won that battle in my opinion. And the secondary creator for Raudondvaris is either Jalgis or Kumpis, and they have not been able to get to the basket. Mainly Jalgis has been quiet in this game. Kumpis, you don't expect him to score as many points, right? But Jalgis, you need to get at least a 5 or 6. We know he can get to 10 points. Just turning that shoulder, trying to get that flip hook shot over top of people. Haven't seen it much.
Yeah, well, Raudondvaris with 10 on the board. It's been. I actually think Jalgis has played okay. He's got to the rim a couple of times. He's him and Bukalis leading the way. Jalgis might even be the lead scorer right now. He'll give over to Kumpis. Flight mode, lets it fly. No good. I don't think Raudondvaris have hit a 2 in the game.
Jalgis hit 1.
Okay. Still not enough. Keep the change.
It also
they're unraveling before our eyes. Raudondvaris is.
Yeah, and I think Vangelis is not coming back in the game. He's been on the bench for a while now with that jammed finger. So they're playing with 3.
Man, Paulos Belabicius better suit up.
He's here.
They can use him.
Ujupas is here too. Oh, another travel. Referees are really turning up the calls here today, cleaning up from yesterday's Pool A. WrestleMania, yeah. Look, I enjoyed it, but I think it's good for finals that it cleaned it up a little bit. Teams are going to have to adjust, though.
Single elimination. Draw up a look for Jalgis. Oh, he ain't having it. Majstorovic blocks the shot, and on the follow-through, apparently took a shot in the face.
Oh, yep. It looked like Jalgis was trying to protect himself by bringing his arms down, but he brought him down right in the face of Dejan Majstorovic.
So they'll take a closer look at it to make sure that everything was played cleanly. Plays like that are tough, though, because to be honest, both players are doing a little bit of flailing.
That, and it's tough because Majstorovic was so close to Jalgis on the shot that your natural reaction is to kind of protect your body, right?
Yes.
Which means you're going to come down with your arms, you're going to try to protect your abdomen. And in this case, he came down and, you know, elbowed Majstorovic in the ear. Let's see here.
Clean block. I think that they're going to hit Jalgis.
They might.
Majstorovic is all right.
Normal foul.
Normal foul. I like this. That puts Majstorovic on the line. Another area in which he actually struggled yesterday, and we just do not typically see from Dejan Majstorovic. Around the 50% mark at the charity stripe yesterday. And today, he's 100%. 1 of 1. He was actually 6 of 10 from the stripe yesterday. And this one will expand Oob's lead to 8. And Baz, this one's pretty much done deal.
Yes, especially with Raudondvaris not being able to get any creation going. Pukelis is not posting up and creating shots for them, and they can't hit any twos.
Yep, minute to play. Oob are like sharks right now. They smell blood in the water. Here they come. Well,
Brankovic has been special with his passes today.
Oh.
No looks, flip passes. Wow.
Yeah.
Haven't been finished, though.
The beast has returned.
Yeah.
Branquilla.
Bodic, you can have some words about those scores, though.
Oh, man. Well, there was Strange's pass at the beginning of the game.
True.
Raudondvaris get a gimme bucket. But 7 points is likely going to be too big of a deficit to overcome. Unless Jalgis can get one to go. Nope. Offensive foul on Oob. Or defensive foul, rather.
It's a rebound foul,
rebound.
so it'll be Pukelis at the line for 2.
Well, Pukelis getting... If he connects on both, he can get it down to 5. The door is still just slightly open, but yeah, but...
They need a miracle.
I was like, no.
They need a miracle. They need somebody from the shrine to come down and help them out.
Well, 2 for 2 at the line. Oob will use a little bit of clock. Raudondvaris cannot foul without free throws. Stojic decides to chunk the deuces. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's another foul on Oob. On the rebound. This time they'll put Jalgis on the strike.
It's a 10th, too, so they'll get possession back.
Yep.
And technical foul for coaching as well. Wow. So, okay, this could be a 3-point swing from the line with possession added. They could get to 16. Now, Jalgis is not a great free throw shooter.
I think I see somebody walking down the steps of the shrine. It's a ghostly figure walking down here.
Is it the ghost of Tracy McGrady?
Yes, in fact it is. He's about halfway down the steps.
Oh, Jog is hitting his free throws too. What's happening?
Oh, man. He's picking up speed.
The wind just dropped as well.
The ghost of comeback past is. Oh, never mind. He stopped. He just took a seat. He took a seat on the step. I just saw it. But it is now only a 3-point difference. 26 seconds left in this game. Possession over to Raudondvaris. Big possession. They need a bucket. They go to Pukelis, and it's down to 2. So here we go. 6 left on the shot clock. Doc Strange behind the back setup, rebound. Out of bounds it goes to Raudondvaris. They're gonna have a chance to tie this game potentially. All right, so this is why you never count a team out. There was a 7-point difference. It was 18-11. And a 5-0 run by the Lithuanians have given them some life. They have a pulse, and they have a possession. They have not shot it well from beyond the 2-point arc in this game, partly due to the conditions, partly due to Oob's defense contesting those shots. So turn the shot clock off. Not only do Oob have to pay attention to the 2-point arc, but remember, any defensive foul puts Raudondvaris on the line to shoot 2 free throws. So all it is in play for this last play. Pukelis, the Lithuanian, is out of this world. Tie game at 18-all. Incredible comeback from Raudondvaris. Oob have a shot to take it, but I can't hit it. We are going to OT. Boz, come back. Sit down. Come sit. Have a seat.
I'm back.
Boz was all ready to go do the post-game interview. Have a seat, big fella.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, we ain't done yet.
T-Mac walked down the stairs and came back and helped Raudondvaris.
Yep, T-Mac is now with us. He's come from the Fudarayama Shrine.
Wow.
Boz said it would take a miracle. You heard it.
Something happened there, because look, Oob, first of all, gave up a bunch of free throws, then picked up a technical foul for coaching, which is something you never see with this team. And then Pukelis finally came through and hit his first 2 of the tournament.
Wow.
What a time.
Wow.
And they have possession now.
We go to OT. Can they complete the miracle? Kupis making his move, driving, kicking, Jogas for the win. Misses it. Rebound goes to Raudondvaris. As Jogas will get reset. On the drive, in the post, Evo Knievel denied as Majsorovic snags the rebound. First to score 2 in OT wins. Marko Brankovic with another sick, delicious dish as Oob take the lead. Raudondvaris can steal it with a 2. What do they draw up? Pukelis was hero in regulation. He will not get that one. Now Oob set up for the final score. Brankovic did it yesterday. He can't do it here again yet. Evo Knievel. Cross court. Kupis for the dub. No!
That was halfway down.
Oh,
what
man.
a game.
Majsorovic now will drive. Brankovic, he likes that spot. He don't like him back.
Raudondvaris has just given up open 2s to protect the paint.
So does Jogas goes for it. You know, with a foul, you get to the free throw line. Raudondvaris, you would think, might drive.
You think the referees are going to call a foul in this situation?
Maybe not. Badac, drive and kick. This time the Beast from 10 feet. They run out of time.
Wow. This is not the type of mistake you'll usually see from an Oob team. They usually finish games. That's what they're good at. But, oh, wow.
The Cardiac Kids still alive. Down 1 in OT. Raudondvaris trying to earn a semifinal berth. Pukelis air mails it. Wait a minute, he's saying it was touched. That's his argument. Timeout red. But man, Raudondvaris have had so many chances. You think back to that wide open look from Kumpis that was halfway down.
Jaugas had a couple, Bukelis has had some contested ones, but he's the best shooter on the floor for them, as Vingelis can't get back in the game. That jammed finger, he took his Band-Aid off. He's not playing anymore.
Just how many chances can you get?
Oh, but for both teams, though. Think about Oob. They've gotten a bunch of open looks.
Yeah, but they have at least scored.
Yes.
So they don't have to force it to him. It is Oob ball. Can they get rid of this pesky Raudondvaris team here and now? Doc Strange says, "Die." Indeed, we will. The world #1 ends it as Oob advanced to the semifinals in OT over Raudondvaris. An incredible comeback from the Lithuanians comes up short. Doc Strange takes his shirt off and leaves the floor. That game was a hell of a ride, wasn't it? My goodness. For Raudondvaris to even get back in that contest was crazy. And then for Oob to get it done. Bas Rosendahl is center court with none other than Dejan Majstorovic, fresh off that OT win. Bas, take it away.
Dejan, first of all, congratulations. Another hard-fought win for your team, Oob. You guys had to go through overtime again to get a win here. What happened down the stretch of that game?
I mean, for 9 minutes, we was much better team. We're leading 18-10. And I don't know what's happening. Like, this is happening to us 10 times already. So I don't know what are we doing last 1-2 minutes. We made some stupid fouls and they come back. But I'm happy that we show character and that we won in overtime again.
You're back in the semifinals out here in Utsunomiya, which is now becoming a 3x3 tradition, huh? How does it feel to be back here?
Yes, this is my favorite tournament. I won here 5 times. I hope I'm gonna win today. Yeah, it's special. It's special tournament for me. Audience is very nice, and Japanese people, I really like them. They are very generous, and I really enjoy in Japan.
Thank you and good luck.
Yeah, I mean, Majstorovic is a coach on the floor, and you kind of got that post-game coach speech right there. He says, yeah, we won it, but I don't know what we're doing the last, 6 minutes of that game. They led it 18-10, and somehow, some way, Raudondvaris able to tie this game with a Bukelis two-piece at the end of regulation. And Raudondvaris had every opportunity to steal that from Oob in the overtime period, but Oob, they find a way. They find a way when it seems like they were on the brink of maybe getting upset. And they will indeed be advancing after a thriller, the second overtime game over the last couple of days for Oob, as they emerge victorious. We continue with the quarterfinals up next. We got Amsterdam, RABOBANK, and Riffa. That'll be a good one. They are slated to check ball here in just a couple of minutes, so enjoy the highlights. Me and Bas are going to catch our breath and get ready for quarterfinal number 2. Stick around. All righty, our next two competitors, Amsterdam and Riffa, jostling for position in the power rankings of 3x3. Amsterdam with Mountain Balconnect now becoming a mainstay in the roster in place of the great Arvin Slaughter, who retired this offseason. Riffa, who, I didn't think they looked great yesterday. They certainly didn't shoot it well as they went 1-1 in group play. They were able to beat London, but they lost by 3 to Toulouse. Dennis Donker was not quite Dennis the Menace yesterday, so they've had some chance to study the film and come back into day 2 here refocused. Amsterdam, meantime, one of the 4 undefeated teams coming out of group play. And they are led by tournament leading scorer Worthy de Jong. 17 for him as he will make his way to the court last, but we mentioned Balconnect is here along with Jan Driesen, the Olympian, Medieval, Brian Alberts, and Height, Worthy, de Jong. Not just the 8.5 points per, but also the 5.5 rebounds per, as he led the league in triple fives last year and was top 5 in double fives. I mean, he had his imprints on everything that Amsterdam did.
Yeah, and they're going to need something more out of the other players. Mainly BA was quiet on offense, didn't shoot it well from 2. With the win, though, I'm curious to see whether he can pick it up. His mid-range shot was going, though.
Yep, Alberts is going to be, he has to be the second option. 3.5 points per game through group play for him. 1 of 10 from distance. That's not going to get it done typically.
Nope.
I mean, because, you know, Balconnect can give you some offense. Driesen will give you a little bit in spurts, but that is not a formidable enough 1-2 punch, I think, with the construction of this team. We will see how they fare against Riffa. And you know what they just want to rock. They need a win. I don't care what they want. How do they get it? That's the question. Jonas Forts, the leading bucket getter for this Riffa squad, as he comes in with 12 big ones and connected on 2 of 6 2-point shots.
9 key assists for Forts as well, which is big, because he kept getting Augustine and VVO involved in the game. VVO up to 5 points per game for Riffa yesterday, which is, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Nope, but shout out to VVO. I always call him a young fella, but I think he's actually 30 or something. he
looks young.
It's the baby face, right?
Yeah. But look, keys to this game for me, it's going to come down to star power. It's going to be either Dennis Donker or Worthy taking over the game. Dennis was quiet yesterday, 1 of 11 from range. He had a rough day. And then second, both these teams want to utilize the pick and roll. So who can get it done better? Is it going to be VVO and Augustine, or is it going to be Jan Driesen to get the most buckets towards the baskets? And lastly, in this weather mainly, who can unlock that shot from range? Because even though Amsterdam was 7 for 32 from 2 range yesterday, Worthy had 4 of those.
Yeah.
So the rest of the team didn't hit many, if any.
It's true. Both teams did score it at a decent clip. Amsterdam reached 21 points in both of their wins. Riffa, meantime, averaged 19.5 in splitting group play. 79% from 1 was Riffa, but 14% blistering cold from deep. And the wind is still a factor here as we get ready to go into this second quarterfinal. And the 2 stars at the top of the key. Donker defending, Hype Worthy. We are underway, quarterfinal number 2. You know who it is, the voice, Kyle Montgomery. With the Mountain, Bas Rosendahl. Riffa and Amsterdam tangling here for a spot in the semis with Oob waiting after outlasting Raudondvaris in an overtime thriller the game prior to this. So it's going down here in front of the Futa Arayama Shrine. Give me those. The cookie snatcher, VVO, sets up Jonas Ark. Everything coming in 2s with him. Alberts, wild shot. Tip drill, won by Riffa. Casper, down to Forts. And Forts seeing an advantage there with Alberts defending.
He doesn't have the height advantage, but he is bulkier than Albert, so he's definitely going to get some room going towards the basket.
I think that Riffa have some mismatches. Uh-oh. They got lost defensively. Foul connect.
That's a double mistake right there. First of all, you let him shoot, and then you don't box him out.
Yep. And that was some of the concern. Foul connect is trying to adjust this year, being a full-time member of Amsterdam. Riffa lead this thing 3-zip. The connection. He's offline that time. The menace inside. Augustinian, get out of my way. He ain't saying excuse me.
They are targeting Maarten Bouwknecht, who now is going to get a warning for talking to the referee. They're targeting him early.
And it seems like defensively they're going to target either Bouwknecht or Alberts.
True.
So that's what the scouting report apparently is for Riffa. If they can get either one of those two players in a switch, then they're going to try to go to work. I think that Augustinian and Driesen is a wash. And then, you know, Worthy and Donker. I don't know if that is that a wash? I don't know.
If Donker's playing like he did yesterday, it's not, but usually it might be.
We see the two stars go at it. Height Worthy. He's going to win that battle.
He's so good at taking contact, and then even if the foul gets called, getting in the air, getting the shot to go down. How can you hang in the air like that and hit a one-hand shot?
Well, that's because he's one of them ones.
If I did that, I'd land and break my tailbone.
Yeah, he's one of them ones. The reigning league MVP at the line. It goes. As Forts has that one deflected by Driesen right into the hands of the menace. Donker pulls up from 10 feet, no good. Rebound is broken up as Bouwknecht will get it cleared. He fires into the wind. That was definitely affected by the wind.
Yes, that was blown off target. Riffa, though, working hard on the boards. They didn't rebound it that well yesterday, 11 per game. Amsterdam at 18 rebounds per game, the best rebounding team in the field. But it's been Forts trying to get his way underneath the basket so far.
Forts drops it off to the menace. Forts no good, misses it left. There's VVO trying to have an impact here. And the second leading scorer gets his first bucket, day 2. BA in and out, cross, left to right. He left something. He's fortunate to get a whistle there, foul call. Substitutions made for both teams. Driesen will get a breather, as will Donker. Never mind, Donker is back in. It's Forts who will take his seat. Bouwknecht. That wind had him scared that time. Hype, hanging, kicking. Bouwknecht from the corner. That one caught too much wind. Touches nothing.
He's second guessing the power in his shot because of the wind.
Hard to gauge. VVO. He shoots his shot. Same result. Donker now. So listen, they're not hesitating.
They are not. And everyone that's behind Maarten Bouwknecht is getting a rebound right now. He's not boxing out whatsoever, giving up buckets on the defensive end, and he's not hitting his shots. This is what you worry about with this new look team Amsterdam, right? The fact that they're now slighter, maybe a bit undersized even.
Well, they got to shoot it, and they got to shoot it well. VVO stopped short by Worthy. Travel is called. Good anticipation there from Worthy defensively. Talk a lot about Worthy's offense, but he is really one of the most crafty, high IQ defensive players in the league as well. In a 5-2 game, they're trying to get into hype. The hype is real. If you don't know by now, you better ask somebody. Two-piece makes it a 1-point game as Amsterdam pull it to a 5-4 contest. And Blue are going to get a warning for behavior. Under 7.5, as we were just scratching the surface in this one. Jonas to Augustinian. That looks good. It is good. Bottoms from the left wing. Riffa back out to 3. Worthy using a lot of shot clock here as he will go past Augustinian, runs into trouble. Worthy is down. Ball is swung up top. BVO thinks better of it. Forts, pocket pass as Worthy gets caught grabbing.
Frustration showing on Worthy's face. He wanted a foul on that last drive, didn't get it, stayed down a little bit, and now gets called for a foul on his own. This is where you need a timeout as a team to cool the heads a little bit, try to see if you can get back together.
Yeah, I could imagine how frustrating that is to really feel like you were fouled the play before, and then you get hit with a whistle that you think is maybe questionable.
Yep.
I'm not saying that that's what I see, but as from his viewpoint.
Oh, as a player, it's the most frustrating thing ever. I used to have that all the time when I'd go one-on-one in the post, and I felt like people would just smack me. And then on the other end, I was a slightly slow foot, as you remember.
Well, yeah, but it's the gift and the curse of being a big, right?
Yes,
Because you do get hacked.
Yeah, but then I would try my best to defend and then kind of hit somebody slightly and then call a foul and it'd be like, come on now.
Yeah.
Slight hit, and then I get manhandled in the post like, I don't know. Anyway, I understand his frustration. Let's just say that.
Donker gets the possession started. Forts loses the handle on it. Alberts pulling up. And on target, there's Worthy, though. He is just such a pest. The quick hands. Height. Going 1 versus 2. Nearly got it to go. It does not, however. Now it's Forts. Passes up the screen. And an offensive foul is called on Augustinian. Alberts. Scott Balconnect in the corner. Gives it to Dreesen. Looking for his first score of the game. He fades off the window. Donker using that speed. Got to a spot. A layup that he normally makes.
Yeah, Donkor's not looked comfortable for the last few days, but that's because his shot's not falling. That's the base of his offense, right? He wants to get a shot going in. Teams have to respect that closeout on him, and he uses his speed to get by people. So far, the shot not connecting, though.
Donker and Worthy, 2 and 3 in drives last year. Get to the bucket a lot. And Riffa as a team last year, numbers-wise, they were a 70-30-80 team, which is really the benchmark for the top-tier teams. 70% from 1, 30% from 2. Oh, man. And Worthy runs into trouble. They got 6 to shoot. Balconnect. Run off the 2-point arc. He'll pull up from 12 feet. Dreesen keeps it alive. That's a great play. A better defensive play, though, from Augustinian, who snatches it, and then will draw now a 5th foul on Amsterdam. Winner plays Oob.
I would say that's the tough side of the bracket, but this is the opener, so there is no tough side of the bracket. Every game's tough.
That is true. Dennis has yet to menace the defense yet, and he has missed another shorty. Oh, the embarrassment. That's all he's offering these days. He just ghosted Casper.
Yeah, that was more fake than the moon landing.
Hey, you're a conspiracy theorist too?
I'm kidding.
Balconnect, 2-piece, no. 8-6 game as we look back at Casper getting ghosted. Hype worthy. Tricks are for kids. 8-6 as we get back to it. Riffa still been in control. Forts with the seal. They do get it to him. He quickly puts it up. He's got the size advantage. Forts on the offensive glass. And he continues to apply the force on the inside. I think he's a better interior player than he gets credit for.
But he's gone to it more this year. Like, he had a lot of screens last year and rolls, but he's gone to that post-up now in this tournament. Oh,
great defensive play from B.A. Alberts with the anticipation. Broken up, VVO. He'll get it to Forts. Jonas now, driving, attacking Dreesen. Big Drizzy, this is what he does. Defense is his calling card. Uses that link to poke it away. And Riffa touch it last, so ball over to Amsterdam. Dreesen from the elbow. Needs to do something. That is a goodness. Oh my goodness. That was.
Hey, they called the foul.
They called the foul. But that looked clean to me up top. This was personal.
Ooh, yuck.
He plastered it. He plastered it. But a foul is gone.
Imagine the animosity between these two teams, especially because they speak the same language, and now this stuff starts happening.
Yeah. See, I don't know what kind of stuff they talking, but
well, I know. There are some slight digs here and there.
Well, it's a bordering country to the.
So Riffa, the fellas are from Antwerp, which is probably an hour and a half from Amsterdam.
Right.
And they speak Dutch, Flemish, but it's Dutch.
Now help me with my geography. Is that
south.
east? Yes, south. There we go.
But it's very close, and again, I can speak to these guys in the same language just as well as the team Amsterdam does. So that gives you a little bit more creativity when it comes to talking to players during the game.
Okay, so they're frenemies. When they step between the lines, they ain't no friends. They've been going at it in this one. Riffa have maintained a 2-point advantage from the outset, up to 3 now, as they feature Augustinian. Worthy from the logo. He got range like rover keys. My goodness, Amsterdam within 1. Worthy living up to the hype. Again, that time he broke his own ankles. Gives it up to Jan. Big Drizzy to Medieval. Short range shot. He leans with it and scores it off the window.
That's great patience by Alberts, stopping and waiting until the defender committed.
Oh, quick release from Forts. Finds his way back to Donker. He'll give it up. Back over to the Menace. Augustinian's got an advantage here. Alberts, oh, that's the best interior defense we've seen this game from BA.
Look, remember BA in the World Tour Finals last year carried the team on defense in the most important game against the French in the final. So he can do it. He's a little bit undersized for playing in the post, but he doesn't mind putting his hands up, giving up his body to try to get a player off of his spot, and it worked.
Forts. He can't get the first attempt to go. VVO can't sprint it down. So with 2:38 left in this second quarterfinal, we are deadlocked at 10 apiece.
It's a tight one. Both teams have not been able to unlock a lot of offense. It's been a couple of worthy twos that now have pulled Amsterdam aside Riffa.
Dreesen off the window. So Jan has done a good job picking his spots in this game, and all of a sudden Amsterdam lead it by 1. Forts, he blows it, gets it back. He's got to make good on this one, but Worthy says no. Bow connect. Could have been a big swing there. Oh, that'll be called on VVO. And that is the 7th on Riffa, so a couple of free throws coming up for Worthy. Riffa, again, who had done a good job keeping Amsterdam at bay for most of this game. And then Hype woke up. Dreesen started to sprinkle in his contributions, and all of a sudden Amsterdam in front with 120 seconds left.
Yeah, and the battle between the star players so far has been very one-sided. Donkor hasn't done much.
Worthy, no good on the first of 2. Again, the leading scorer coming out of group play. I think it seemed like a quiet 17 to me. But it was certainly efficient and enough to keep his team undefeated coming into this quarterfinal. They now lead it by 2. I think a 5-0 run for Amsterdam. They were down 3. It's 10-7, I believe. Worthy. Crossover. Falling away. Good defense there from Jonas.
I've been impressed with Jonas Forts this tournament, man. Look, it looks like he slimmed down just slightly. He's been more in a ball handler role this tournament. He's passing, but his defense has actually gotten a lot better.
Jonas gets it back, and he will convert it. That's some good action from Riffa. They needed to stop the bleed. It is a 1-point game now as BA goes right, then left to the baseline. BA fading. One-legged.
That mid-range is so pretty.
Good to get it going for him. Donker still struggling. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Worthy, patient. Oh, give me those. Took his cookies. As the possession goes back over to Riffa. Now Forts with the step. What timing from Worthy.
Worthy is exceptional at that. Incredible timing.
I mean, he's just filling up the highlights, man, offensively and defensively. Can't add to the reel on that possession, but nothing's easy. That's normally a guaranteed layup.
He takes a seat, though, with 48 seconds left. I think they're going to call a timeout. I'm about to say, this is the type of time you don't want to get out of the game being Worthy. He's carried this team and his contributions not only on offense, but his quick hands on defense, his crafty rebounds, his crafty play in general, I think, has lifted them.
Yeah, man.
And I think, again, he's had a good offensive game, but he's found ways to impact the game besides that. And I think that's what Dennis Donkor has not been able to do.
Yeah, that's a great point, and maybe that's what separates the two players. You know, when we talk about the best players in the game, Worthy has proven that he's that guy. A 13-11 contest, Worthy on the bench. Can Riffa take advantage? Augustinian, that would have pulled him within 1.
He didn't turn all the way to his left shoulder. He could have just went with the right hook, and he flipped it backwards all of a sudden.
A big missed opportunity, and now they got to deal with Worthy, who's back in the game. Donker, who has not had it going. Now Forts is a little bit hesitant. He does score it. It's a 1-point contest. 28 seconds left. So another quarterfinal coming down to the wire. Alberts over to Worthy. Worthy launches the 2, lands in Augustinian's possession with 15 seconds to go. If there's ever been a time for Dennis the Menace to show up, it is now. Crossed him and missed it, gets it back and misses again. Dennis the Menace with 2 opportunities to tie. Amsterdam hold them off. So the mistakes pile up for Riffa. And not often do you see Donker struggling the way that he did. Amsterdam going to the semifinals. They will face Oob as they win it 13-12. So Dennis the Menace feeling worse than when he sees Mr. Wilson. Let's get it courtside where Boz Rosendahl is standing by with BA.
BA, congratulations on that win. Now I got to ask you, that last possession, you had to guard Dennis Donker, one of the better offensive players in this game, and you kept him from scoring the game-tying bucket. What went through your head?
I mean, he's a great offensive player. Just tried to stay in front, didn't really do a good job, but was able to contest, and luckily he missed it.
So the 2025 season has started after a great 2024 season for you guys. You're out here in Utsunomiya in the semifinals now, but take me back to the preseason. What did you guys do to prepare to shine here in Japan?
Yeah, we have a new team, so we're trying to figure out the chemistry, a little different gel. little different playing style, so we're just trying to get used to that.
What do you think of Japan so far?
Oh, man, I love Japan. Arigato.
All right, congratulations, BA.
What a finish. What a finish. 1 point win. One of those games that, oh man, if you're Riffa, this one is going to sting because they had every opportunity. And credit to Worthy de Jong and Amsterdam for finding a way to pull it out. Now they get to tangle with Oob in the semifinals. So we got 2 more quarters left. Toulouse and Vienna. And what could be a defensive standoff is on deck immediately next. That'll be followed by Miami and Partizan. Quarterfinals rolling on in Utsunomiya. All right, it is no time to lose. All right, I'm done with
That's
the
a technical foul.
Yeah, I know. I can't stop with the references with the new name. Toulouse, formerly known as Paris. Familiar foes once again here in the quarterfinal phase. Two teams that are hinged upon defense. Vienna and Toulouse. Not much offense expected early today because of the windy conditions, but Toulouse has been the better offensive team without question so far in the tournament. They have packed quite a punch from beyond the 2-point arc, especially their sharpshooter, Hugo Suhard, who knocked down 6 deuces in group play. And this Toulouse team is looking strong. I think coming into day 2, the best-looking team with Miami.
Yes, their offense flowed the best. I'm wondering if you should start calling them Tafcat, though. As a Prince fan, I know you appreciate that.
Tafcat, no.
The athletes formerly known as Paris.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries, I got you. Anyways, look, their offense clicked because of the Suhard-Rambo pick and roll. Now, Rambo didn't get put into position to score much. Suhard was mainly taking shots from behind the screens, though, and it was working. Their offense was flowing yesterday. I'm curious, though, because they rely on the 2-point shot.
Yes.
A lot. And it's windy today.
Man, you must think I'm really old, man. Prince is like, that's way through. I do remember some songs, but very few.
Oh.
I was Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
The Ozzy Brothers.
Okay.
Sade.
All right.
Anita Baker, right?
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, but I didn't like Prince's music that much.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Nobody get mad at you.
Yeah, y'all don't get on me, please. So, you know Toulouse. They have already taken the court. Franck Segala and company ready to go. Suhard, the leading bucket getter on the squad. As for Vienna, Fabio Sonel has been fabulous. 16 points. You want to talk about shooting it from long range. 4 of 8, 50% for Sonel as he leads Vienna into this contest. They did suffer a defeat in group play. That was against Amsterdam, but they bounced back with a 10-point win over Toulouse. And now they have to find a way to deal with the pesky Frenchman.
Yeah, this might be all of a sudden a defensive battle. Before the game, I wrote a few things down, and that's before I got to the venue because I didn't feel the wind. But both teams actually shot it well from two, right? Toulouse hit 10 twos, Vienna hit 9 twos on the tournament. So whoever guarded the arc best would probably win this game. But now with the win, it's probably going to be more of a defensive contest. I liked Vienna's defense yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they lost to Amsterdam, I think they put on a defensive clinic, getting Worthy away from the basket. Nico Kaltenbrunner, though, has to step up.
Yes.
1.5 points per game for Kaltenbrunner, who's a dynamic guard. Last year, he was over 5 points per game. We can't have a 1.5 points per game from him today if they want to have any chance of winning this.
Yeah,
tournament.
it's very odd to see him struggle. We just saw Dennis Donker, man, with 2 wide open layups at the end of that contest against Amsterdam that would have tied it. He struggled all game. And, you know, 2 guys that have starred in the league the past several years is struggling here to start 2025. But a new game provides a new opportunity, a fresh start, a clean slate. 10 minutes on the game clock. Quarterfinal number 3 is upon us. Toulouse and Vienna. Here we go. The Mountain. Boz Rosendahl. I'm the voice. Kyle Montgomery. This is quarterfinal number 3. And it's Marathi to Sonel, who hadn't seen a perimeter defender here yet, quite like the Joker, Paul Joko.
Joker not only defended well yesterday, but he actually played good offense.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll miss that from him in the tournament, but he was at 5 points per game.
You can get that from, if you can get that from Joko, that's a good sign. Suhard will check into the game, and he's not exactly the player you are happy to see on the court with the way he's been playing. Hugo second on the scoring charts with 16 coming out of group play. Knocked down 6 of 14 from 2-point range as he will get it up top, but a foul first. Toulouse also did an incredible job converting inside the one. They were 90%, 19 of 21. Frank Segala not happy to start things off. Who's that action film star? He talks like this with a kind of raspy voice, bald-headed, scruffy. That's Marathi. I got to think of this. Y'all know who I'm talking
Jason
about.
Statham?
That's it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I see
Jason
it.
Statham, doppelganger.
Yeah, I see it.
I want you guys to know right now. All right, I'll work on that. Meantime, it's Kaltenbrunner working on the French defense. He'll get the bucket for Vienna. Suhard up top. Segala, oh, nice move. Kaltenbrunner, Hezzy, baseline. Cannot get his second bucket of the game as the Wilson finds his way out to Segala. Franck up top. Suhard swings it right. The Joker turns the corner with the quickness and finishes with a lefty leg.
We saw this a couple times yesterday. He's trying to use his quickness to get by people. It's been working. He's so athletic.
Lazan off target, you're right. Joker can't get to the rim. Oh, Suhard. I don't think the wind was blowing that time. I can't blame it on the wind.
Yeah, that looked bad when it left his hand. He didn't shoot that with confidence.
Yeah. And he will get a rest. As will Blazon for Vienna. Round comes Kaltenbrunner. KTB inside to Marathi. Great position in there on Segala. Marathi caught reaching in.
That's a smart play by Toulouse. They recognized the switch by Vienna and sent Rambo down to the basket in a mismatch with Murati, who's a lot shorter.
Vienna averaged 8 fouls a game in group play. They lead in that category so far with 3, but also lead the game 2-1. Rambo, not happening. Fabiosa.
Toulouse now also racking up the fouls. But you mentioned them fouling 8 times a game. They got fouled 4 times per game, which is worrying because you want to be right around equal, right? 7 to 7, 8 to 8, whatever. They did not get to the free throw line at all yesterday.
And that's largely due to Kaltenbrunner struggling because he's one of those guys that attacks the rim.
See, here he goes. Now he's using his physicality, getting to the basket, bumping people and going up for a shot. That'll get you some free throws. I didn't think he looked as aggressive as he does yesterday, so I'm happy to see him back to his game.
Season opener, long off season for most of these players.
Kaltenbrunner's first off season being a father as well.
Indeed. Maybe that definitely contributes.
Oh, yes.
He ain't getting as much sleep the last.
Less sleep, less time to practice.
That's right.
You got to spend some time with the wife and the kid.
Priorities.
Yes.
But Daddy's going to work right now. His team up by 1. Segela finds Suhard. Suhard. Too strong, and on the rebound tip, Kaltenbrunner is going to get whistled. He's fighting with Jules Rambeau.
I've mentioned it in the past, but Rambeau has made himself into a wonderful player. He might not shine as bright as the other guys on his team, but it's actions like this, his rebounding, but his defense too, because he can switch on screens and guard smaller players.
Yep, Justin Timberlake brought sexy back. He brought mullets back.
I don't know about back. He has one, but
yeah, he's one of few that can actually rock it and get away with it.
But he's rocked several hairstyles. I remember last year, FIBA 3x3 actually posted a really cool video of all of his hairstyles, which was insane over the years. He went from like no hair to a man bun to curls.
That's true.
He's had everything, man.
I think he stuck with the mullet the longest, though, right?
Yeah, he has.
Oh, there's Blazon, bottoms, top of the key. Giving us something else to talk about besides mullets.
That's good.
Almost 3 minutes into quarterfinal number 3. Amsterdam and Uber already set for their semifinal. Joko runs around. Segela finds himself all alone. Merci beaucoup. Blazon down in the post office with the smaller Suhard guarding. Gets some help from Joko. And a great defensive possession for Toulouse.
Did you see the verticality by Joko, who went up with both his hands straight up in the air, blocked the shot, and then forced the jump ball as well? What a heady play.
Yeah, this is why, again, I think Toulouse's stock rose the most in this offseason, coming off the year they had last year. But Joko has gotten better. Defense is the key ingredient for them. Gave up under 17 points per game last year. That was good for top 3 in the league, while scoring an average of about 18.5. So it's defensive plays like that that make the difference for Toulouse. Although right now they are down 1 in this game. Possession to the French. Rambeau. Jump hook, no good. Kaltenbrunner. Inside, Blazon. Decides to get it to E-Nice. Moratti. Bodying up on Joko. He will come away with no buckets. And the sub is made. Blazon out, Sonel in. And Suhard comes off the bench for Toulouse.
Vienna up to 6 fouls now. Next foul will put him in the bonus. Dangerous territory.
Speaking of dangerous territory, what's Nico going to do with Rambeau that deep in the post? KTB, Moratti, jab step, loose ball. Suhard gets a hand on it. And now Kaltenbrunner smartly ties him back up.
But Kaltenbrunner let go of the ball so Suhard could get possession. That is a very, very smart play. This is how Vienna got possession back.
Yep.
Wow.
Instead of scrapping for it, let him have it and then tie him up.
Yep.
4-4. Oh, Fabioso lost the handle on it. Suhard. In and out. Cross. Right to left. Suhard. Around and out. 4-4, low-scoring game so far on a windy Saturday afternoon here in Utsunomiya. So Galen out to Rambo. Rambo. Suhard up top. Loose ball. This is two defensive teams here, making every possession difficult. Very few easy looks.
Oh.
And even when you get an easy one, sometimes you'll see that. So now missed it. Rebound goes to Vienna after the 2 ball goes astray. So now Marathi pulls the trigger and he fires a blank. 4-4, it will stay as we are halfway through this game. So now busy asking for a foul. Probably should have been busy playing defense.
Every point matters in a game like this.
I think he's gassed though.
He might be. That's what you want to see as Vienna though, because again, Carlton Brunner can take advantage of the mismatch he has with Hugo Suhard. He's way bigger, way stronger. He can get to the basket at will. If he has patience, he can score on every possession doing that.
We'll see if they feature him. I don't know. Blazan, he's no pushover. Rambo operating from the elbow. Joko. Blazan getting too physical defensively there. And that is the 7th on Vienna. So free throws now for Paul Joko, who was a solid contributor for Toulouse in group play. He continues at the free throw line. He will knock it down. Paul Joko, 2 for 2. And a 7-5 advantage for Toulouse. Blazan, Hezi. Sonel, skip pass up top. Sonel hustles it down. So I said he was gassed. He must have got a little refuel in the past minute or so. So Gala, that how?
Oh, wow.
Ooh la la. That looked disastrous. He had missed dribbled. He's falling away with one hand.
He was complaining while shooting that.
Rambo. Now Segala, pass Sonel. Gift wrapped for Rambo. Now, Sonel tripped up. Good move. Seeing Segala lock legs. Segala a little bit hobbled. And now time for a media timeout. A welcomed break in the action for both teams who are sucking air in a 9-6 contest. Toulouse so far in front.
Look, I don't think we're going to see any high scores today with the wind being as it is. So it's going to come down to defense, and apparently shots like that from Frank Segala was just, he was complaining midair about the physicality and then tossed it up with one hand. That's incredible.
Big time players make big time plays in big time games. Frank Segala is that. Back to it. The burner. Marathi all alone. What a shooter's roll he got there.
That was a 4-bouncer.
I'm telling you, that looked like it had no chance. Joko, look, one hand. Toulouse leading by 2. Marathi. Inside to Blazan. 3 to shoot. Joko is down, the shot is up. And it goes just before the horn.
Marathi stops on a dime so easily and just goes up, and his shot's pure even though it's windy out here.
I like Marathi's game a lot. Before he got injured, he was over 6 points per game. He had his big debut. This was 2 seasons ago at the Europe Cup when he made his 3x3 debut. And you know, he's been a great player since then.
Yeah, and in a game like this, at the end of the game, that's where he shines, right? He usually gets that last shot if it's tied or if it's close. And we've seen him time and time again deliver on that. Now, that's maybe going you know, ahead of what the game is now, but we got 3.5 minutes left and the game's close.
Suhard. Oh, good look at it at least, but it goes begging still. Suhard can't squeeze it. Rambo to Segala. Segala. Wait a minute. An 8th foul on Vienna. Rambo had Sonel on his hip. More free throws coming up.
It felt to me like Sonel was trying to get away from the contact, though. It may have been a foul while they were fighting for position.
Yeah. Big free throws here for Rambo. It's a no on the first. And even the free throws aren't safe in this wind. He glasses the second one.
On purpose, too.
Yeah. You got to put a little more oomph into it. Again with the wind. Kaltenbrunner. Or at least shoot your shots more flat, right? Rambo abusing Kaltenbrunner on the interior.
I think Rambo might be the leading scorer at this point for Toulouse.
Well, I think a lot of the bigs are going to be the leading scorers today. They won't have to contend with the wind as much. Joker. So Segala missed everything.
You can see everybody that shoots just kind of walking away going, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, frustrated.
That wind is frustrating. It is amazing how the game of 3x3 now changes on a dime, though. Yesterday, we had no wind. Teams were shooting well. Now, today, nobody can shoot.
You got to find different ways to win in 3x3. And I like the elements factor. Almost like, you know, any outdoor sport. I think of like American football. Some of the best games I've seen have been snow games.
Oh, yeah.
You know, heavy rain games.
Look, I lived in Pittsburgh. I've seen some snow games.
Oh, that's a fact. Marathi tries to scoop it over to Kaltenbrunner. It's poked away. Joko to Segala. Oh, that's light work. You don't see Marathi get out muscled that easily, often. Blazon with his second two ablaze.
That was much needed. Big shot.
That'll give Vienna some life. Looked like Toulouse. Oh. That was a fairly physical defensive play.
Yes, slightly.
He lifted Suhard off his feet.
Blazon also has the nickname the Machine for a reason. The man he's built.
Almost robotic in a way. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean like in a RoboCop way.
Okay.
Suhard.
He waited for the wind to drop before he released his shot.
Oh, a coaching warning. Shame on you, Soshu. No coaching during the games of 3x3, by the way. It is against the rules. A warning first and then a technical. Toulouse up by 2. Blazon, who has had the hot hand for Vienna. Not that time. He will check out Kaltenbrunner in.
Yeah, that was rushed offense. Toulouse played a drop coverage. They went over the screen. Blazon popped right, but attack off of that, get a dug in or something. That was probably the best option.
Instead, Toulouse will get reset here. Suhard with 4 to shoot. This shot is going up. Pull up. Rebound stays with Le Bleu. Joko. A little bit frazzled on the possession. What a pass. Setting up Rambo. So now with the stop and go, threw it in reverse. And no good.
So Nell's been scoreless, I think, in this game. After averaging 7.5 yesterday.
That's that Toulouse defense. It's been a tough go at it. Gotten a better game from Kaltenbrunner. His best game of the tournament so far, that's for sure. Sonel still coming up empty. And under 20 seconds to go, Toulouse are going to use some clock. Just trying to secure this W. And it looks like they're going to have this one in the bag. How did he see Rambo through the trees?
He had X-ray goggles on, I think.
That is a fact. Great vision from Suhard as Toulouse do away with Vienna here in the quarterfinals. They win it 17-13, semifinal bound. Vienna bow out of this opener here in the quarters. So that leaves Partizan and Miami left in the quarterfinals. Low scoring affairs on a windy day. And Toulouse are going to find a way. Boz Rosendahl, center court with Frank Segela. He's got a mic and questions. Let's not hold him up. Boz, take it away.
Frank, congratulations on a big win here against Team Vienna. Now, I got to ask you, it's pretty windy out here in the venue. What did you guys do to adjust to the environment to win here?
Fit the big man. I mean, we're pretty lucky. We have a guy like Jules Rambo who's very dominant in the paint, so we try some couple shots, then we just give the ball to Jules.
Yeah, after one shot, I saw you shake your head and you just went down to the big guy, huh? Now, I got to ask you, you guys switched names from Team Paris last year to Team Toulouse this year. What prompted the change? Did you like the city of Toulouse better?
Yeah, we love Toulouse. We're from this city with Hugo, but Paris was the federation team, and now we just do this by ourselves. So we feel blessed to keep playing on the World Tour and be able to compete.
Oh, you competed for sure. Trip to the semifinals here in Utsunomiya. Congratulations.
I got to pay Toulouse a visit. I like Paris, too. Certainly got to like the effort from Toulouse in that quarterfinal. Dug deep, physical, gritty game, fought through the windy conditions, and managed to slow down Vienna's offensive attack. Really did a great job on Fabio Sonel, their leading scorer coming into the game. And they'll get a chance to get rested up. And certainly for them, most of the teams hoping that the wind begins to die down later into the afternoon and open up some opportunities to shoot the ball from distance a little bit more. But their strategy in this one was a winning one. Again, Toulouse outlast Vienna in the quarters. One more quarterfinal left. Miami, Partizan on deck. Checking ball here in just a few.
Okay, 続いてお兄ちゃん紹介しましょう。本村ライト。国内ではこのフラットランド、そしてフリースタイルをこなすただ一人の BMX ライダーです。 皆さんミュージックに合わせて手拍子をお願いします。いきましょう。Let's go! Come, 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 come. Come on! Rock up, yo! Wow! Let's go! Alright, お二人に大きな拍手をお願いします。BMX ライダー、本村カリー、そして本村ライトのパフォーマンスご覧いただきました。イエーイ！ありがとう。
One more quarterfinal is left as we welcome you back to Utsunomiya. There is the head-to-head between two of the top teams in the competition. Miami, undefeated out of group play. Partizan, who battled their way out of that competitive all-Serbian Pool A draw. Lost a tough one in overtime to but bounced back with a critical win over Lehman in their last game of the day. A thunderous dunk from the Gladiator in that contest over his former teammate, Stefanovic. So he'll be coming into this one with plenty of confidence. Speaking of confidence, I'm sure Miami have a lot of it in Henry Caruso, their off-season ad, who I thought played pretty well in group play, Bobs.
They did. Their offense flowed in the same way that Toulouse's offense flowed, right? All the other teams were bogged down a little bit, couldn't hit the shots. Miami, though, they hit the twos at a decent clip, and they got a lot out of Mitch Hahn, who played like an alpha dog.
Mitch Hahn was the alpha scorer on this Miami team. He went crazy yesterday to the tune of 8 points per game. James Parrott with a dunk of the year candidate yesterday. He's coming out. He missed the barber on the way here, but that's all right as long as he keeps hooping the way that he is. And I mentioned the contributions of Caruso. Caruso averaged 5 per through group play, which I thought is a really encouraging sign for Miami. So again, playing confidently, and I think the best-looking team coming out of group play yesterday, along with Toulouse. They face a scrappy, defensive-minded Partizan team that are sizable 1 through 4.
Sizable 1 through 4, and mainly Milo Šupića, who was at 6.5 points per game. He had his way underneath the basket with anyone that he came across. Even Nemanja Barac-Raub. He ducked in on everybody and got a lot of easy layups out of it. Now, what I'd like to see from them is Ken the Gladiator get loose. 3.5 points per game, couldn't get his shot going. We saw a lot of frustration from him yesterday outside of that crazy dunk that he had. On the other end of the ball, I'm very curious on how Miami will handle the level of physicality that this Partizan team can bring to the court. I like the addition of Vuk Borovičanin.
Yes.
He was so good yesterday. 7 key assists outside of his scoring acumen. And he was a great defensive ad as well. He locked up the best players on the opposing teams with his length.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Caruso. There's his 10 points through group play. He was added from Princeton this offseason. Mitch Hahn leading the field in player value. As you can see the 2 star players matched up, him and Milos Šupića. But your question in this matchup is the same one I was thinking about too. In my notes, I said Miami's the more dynamic team, but they have struggled against the physically dominant teams, and you won't find many teams more physical than Partizan with that size. So contrasting styles in this last quarterfinal. Toulouse is waiting on the winner. It's back on from Utsunomiya. Kyle Montgomery, a.k.a. the voice at 3x3 in your ear with Boz Rosendahl, a.k.a. the Mountain. Last quarterfinal to go. And we are underway, Partizan and Miami. Miami, the defending Utsunomiya champs, trying to make their way back to the final with a new squad this year. Miami with 10 dunks in group play.
Yeah, they put on a clinic.
Hahn had the most. Parrott had the most vicious.
Yeah, that Parrott dunk we won't soon forget. That might be on the end of the year highlight reel.
Oh, that's a fact. You went crazy on that dunk, by the way, Boz. You just completely lost it.
Yeah. You did. You sat there and just...
You were too busy laughing.
I couldn't. I didn't have a bar ready. I just listened to you saying, oh, no! Oh, no!
Sometimes they catch you off guard, man. The real deal deals to Caruso, and he can't finish it. Caruso going to the fader, and it will not fall. Now it's Torbica trying to negate some of that Caruso athleticism with, again, his strength and physical nature.
If it comes down to a defensive game and the 2-point shot's not falling, that might be in Partizan's favor. They like to play defense. They're gritty. They're grindy.
Oh, Caruso bringing the heat to Borovičanin. He draws the foul. Caruso will head up to the charity stripe. He was 8 of 11 from 1-point range yesterday.
Warning for delay of game extends to Partizan for walking across the bucket.
Little mental lapse here early. Just a minute into this last quarterfinal. Dished off, Superman takes flight. I think I saw a cape behind him.
I like Superman. That's a good nickname.
That's right, Superman to the rescue. I like his game. I don't want to say hyping him up, but a couple of years ago, I'm like, man, this kid is going to be good if he develops a little bit more. Like, look at the size on him. Great touch in the post, man. He's a strong defender. Fell asleep that time, though.
Parrott lost to Wilson.
Yep. All over the Partizan. And I think another element of the day, we talked a lot about the win, and Miami are a team that they need shooting as a part of their, the offensive attack more than other teams.
Yes.
So I think given the conditions in this matchup, that favors Partizan. They want a low-scoring physical game, typically. Gladiator inside. Tortobita turns, takes a shove from Travis in the process of shooting that will put him on the line.
There's so many actions that go into this Partizan offense. Did you see the misdirection from Tortobita twice? Then he came back, had a screen. He get the ball in the post. He came back again for a screen. Then he got the ball down low and drew a foul. They take a lot of time in their offense. They're very patient.
And there's Shupita again. Hine gives it up. Travis trying to quickly get it to Caruso. Mitch Hine can heat up quickly. He's yet to get a bucket in this game. But again, we are early. He had a monstrous game in their opener against Utsunomiya. Maybe not monstrous, but he led the way with 8 points. Over to Shupita. No good that time. The scrappy Dylan Travis comes away with the rebound. Travis will fire. Missed it left. Up top to Bodavichani. Down low to Shupita. You too little.
He's been incredible this tournament with that. The duck-ins, the finishes underneath the basket, utilizing his size.
Man, just imagine the attrition just battling with him all game long. It's hard to provide offense when you got to fight with Shupita. Big ball screen. He's going to roll. And good defense from Miami to prevent what looked like it was going to be an easy make. Technical foul on White for behavior. I'm assuming that came from Tortobita on the bench.
No, I think it went to the Gladiator.
Was it?
He was already complaining.
See, that's been, again, one of Partizan's issues. They can't take any possession for granted. That keeping that composure, being mature. 1 point could be the difference in you going to the semifinals or not. 3 minutes into this contest, and bodies are hitting the floor. Tortobita and Parrott getting caught up that time. Parrott, the extended Euro step, can't get the shorty to fall.
And you can get from Europe to, I think, Asia with them kind of steps. My goodness. He took 2 steps from the 2-point line.
You're seeing more players do that too, right? It's like this. What bird has the long legs? Storks?
Ostrich?
No, flamingos got.
Oh,
long,
flamingos, yeah.
That too.
So you're saying James Parrott looks like a flamingo?
No, that was the flamingo step.
Oh, okay. We'll call it the flamingo step, sure.
We're off to a sterling start today, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. It is the quarterfinals, man. We're locked in.
Yes.
Because of the win, we've seen a bunch of low-scoring games. Some of them have been kind of sloppy.
This one as well, and Miami has not been able to unlock any kind of offense, right? All the stuff they've been doing is not working. They can't get a shot up. They're not even trying to shoot twos, to be honest with you. So I'm curious to see what they can find, if they can find another gear, because they're usually really centered around that flow, that style of offense where you get somebody on the back foot and then you keep going. They can't get this Partizan on the back foot if it remains this way.
The real deal. Down to Big City. Big City. Can't convert, got to use the left, I think, in that case. Got a kick ball here. Trey Barnsley and Andrew Kelly looking on from the stands. Shout out to DJ Laz on the spins, by the way. And our MC, Noah Lazarus. Bordovichane and two-piece, no biscuit. Travis turns the corner. A mismanaged possession for Miami. Looking at a three-point deficit early.
Yeah, this is what Bordovichane can bring. Again, a 40% two-point shooter last year when he played for Wuxi in China. Miami, though, a little bit disjointed at this stage of the game.
Yep. The midi miss from Milivojevic. Here's Bordovichane. Slick on the move. Great action from Partizan as they leave that one above the rim for Superman to finish. Two-piece released. Parrott can't track down the rebound. Bordovichane over to Milivojevic. Jab step, uses the screen. The Gladiator up top. Šupica back over to Milivojevic. Back over to Šupica. They are connected.
Šupica's playing like a star in this tournament. He's not even creating his own shot, but it's going so well.
I'm not surprised. That time, the Gladiator, no good. Rebound to Caruso. Partizan have really imposed their will in the game and have kept Hahn pretty much on lock. Parrott now going left at the Gladiator, hitting with a slight fake and makes the layup. Almost at the 5-minute mark though. And the points have been slow coming here for Miami.
I think they might have to revert to James Parrott trying to get his way because Mitch isn't getting to the basket. I think they're matched size-wise. Šupica, Torbica, and Bordovichane are really up on Hahn, who can't get his way on drives.
I agree with you. I think Parrott presents the biggest mismatch on the court for Miami. I don't see a defender on Partizan that's able to check him with that first step and that creativity on the drive. But Miami typically a team that are a high-scoring squad. It is Partizan doing the scoring. That was Bordovichane knocking one down from deep. Travis right back at you.
Much needed.
So a little bit of crossfire between the two. As Miami keep it close, 4-point game. The Gladiator to Torbica. Jump hook, no go. The red honcho inside to Caruso, and he finally gets a clean look as he elevates off the spin for the two-handed smash, 6'9".
Miami finally unlocking something here. I think they can find at least a size advantage against Milivojevic. First time they actually play it, though.
Approaching the 4-minute mark. Bordovichane lets it go off target. It stays 6'9". Who's switching? Somebody better guard Dylan Travis. The man is heating up. Šupica continuing. That time, no good from Travis.
Travis has flipped the switch, though. He is going offensive now.
And he's got Miami within 2. Great defensive time in there from Air Parrott. He'll kick it to Caruso. Oh, that was knuckleball. That's where Caruso has got to improve. Got to become a threat from beyond the arc. Gladiator right at Parrott, but the length was disrupted. Parrott now, dime delivered. Bordovichane now. He'll go to the spin move.
Wow.
11-8. Lot to like about Bordovichane's game. Dylan Travis, though, he's taking his game to the next level. Gladiator, you know he likes to drive right. But now Partizan are coming apart a little bit as Miami make a charge. Parrott now behind the back. Can't get it. Caruso cannot either, at least not yet. He waited for the foul. Bump in the bucket, as the Caruso has a chance to tie this game.
That's a huge momentum swing. That miss was going to get Partizan back in the saddle, but then Caruso grabbed his own rebound. His lift is incredible. He gets up so high off the ground, puts it back. That end one is going to help them keep the momentum and keep it going.
His offensive rebounding ability. I mean, possessions that we talk about in 3x3 are obviously so important. And when you got a guy like Caruso, who's so quick off of his feet, great instinct for the ball, I mean, he gets you so many more opportunities to get scores. And he'll have to do it by himself, though, at the free throw line this time. That could even the game at 11-all. Partizan had been dominating this game up until the last couple of minutes when Dylan Travis started to cook. I believe he scored 4 or 5 in a row.
5, yeah.
And with him and Caruso, Parrott chipping in too. Miami with a chance to get this thing square. And we are even Steven. 11-all, 2:40 to play in this last quarterfinal. Foul blue, that is just the 5th on Miami. Did a good job staying below the penalty threshold in group play. Story was the same for them last year. The Gladiator lines up a two-piece offline.
He's been struggling with his shot in this tournament, and again, the wind's not helping, but he didn't shoot well yesterday either.
That's a fact, real deal. Over to Big Senny, sprinkle me, baby. He led the field in highlights yesterday.
In highlights?
Yes. And he's got one today. Real deal. Cash money. Hey. Fresh squeeze, pure from the outside as Miami have now taken a 3-point lead. Milivojevic won't get a better look than that. And it's too strong. That's saved, and then a mental lapse by the Gladiator. Gotta have some brains to go with the brawn.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's got to know that off that save attempt.
No, you're right.
You can't. You're not just going to get a layup that easy.
That was street rules.
Right. No takebacks. No, bro. Hahn, blew a tire. Somehow kept it alive anyway. James Parrott. Playing with his food. Strumdiddlyumptious. What has happened with Miami? What did he chime in?
Big shot.
He's lethal. He is lethal. Now Parrott attacking Chupitza. No bucket. Bodavichanin. That's hard foul. Smart foul, too, by Parrott. He was out battled for position. He needs a rest. So does Travis. And Dylan wins the race to the bench.
That is a race. Everybody is gassed.
It is a minute left in this game, and Miami have stormed back in front.
And they're a team that plays really well when they're up, right? That's where they get their energy. That's what they feed off of.
Well, they look lethargic at the start. Can the Gladiator find the target? No, he cannot. As Parrott skies for the rebound. Travis saying, hold it. Use some time. Parrott out to no. 35 seconds left. Bodavichanin has been that man. What a look. Torbitsa gets another one. He blows it. And Caruso with a big rebound. Partizan are shooting themselves in the foot.
Torbitsa wanted to get the contact and try to get a foul. Didn't work.
Now it's up to Henry, the Caruso. To Hahn, just how they drew it up. Man, you got to take that somewhere else. Big block from the head honcho. And a foul on Partizan after. Miami are going to be able to put this game in the bag. It looked like they were in jeopardy early.
Dylan Travis saved the day for them. He came through, and I think he might have had 8 points. At least 3 twos went down for him, and that's something you don't regularly see from Dylan Travis, who's usually more of a defender, disruptor. But he really pulled through for them in this game.
Well, he was very quiet in group play, and that was mainly because Han and Caruso were doing their thing. But Dylan Travis, 2.5 points per game, the first 2. So they are going to win it because he lost it in this game. Went bananas. Bananas. Miami have sketched their name into the semifinals as they get ready. A 19-14 victory. So Partizan bow out after a hard-fought game and a nice start to this one. They had Miami on their heels early. But Miami heated up with the quickness and find themselves headed to the semifinals. Mitch Hahn is center court, standing by with Boz Rosendahl. Let's hear what he has to say after that W.
Mitch, congratulations. A win against a very scrappy Partizan team in an environment, especially with the wind, that's tough to play. Dylan really came alive for you guys this game. What does it mean to have him play like this on offense?
I mean, he's our captain for a reason. When we need him, he always seems to come through for us. He does a great job running offense, running defense. So he knew we weren't really playing the best, and he took the game himself, and obviously we won because of it.
All right, a big new addition to your squad this year, and Henry Caruso. He grabbed a bunch of really important rebounds. Talk about what he brings to your team.
Just toughness. I mean, he's a guy you never see complain, never see ask for shots. He just wants to win, and I think that, with the other 2 guys we have, we just want to win, and I think he is a perfect fit for that.
Well, you guys won. Congratulations. Good luck in the semis.
Yep, it'll be Toulouse waiting on Miami in the semifinals. We'll get to see Amsterdam and Oob in the other semifinals. So that is set. We are down to the final 4. And we got some other treats on the schedule as well. We've got a slam dunk competition coming up later. We got a 2-point shootout final. These are all things on deck. 2-point shootout final is actually next up. That'll be coming your way in about 20 minutes or so before we get the semifinals underway from here in Utsunomiya. So a brief break of about 20 minutes for us to get recharged and get ready to head into the second half of the day from Utsunomiya. You're watching the World Tour opener from Utsunomiya. We'll see you back here in 20 minutes.
特別タイム5分間です。残り30秒時計を止めます。ではグリーン、栃木のリット、ホワイト東京 UMJ 東6号参りましょう。皆さんで大きな拍手をお願いします。行きましょう。レディー、セット、ゴー。昨日から関東27チームがびっくりした一番のいきなり2ポイントヒット。